Today's video is brought to you by An Eldritch Dream Games, a third-party developer for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. They're making totally custom content like the Merfolk and Fell Sign ancestries and the Necrid versatile heritage. Check the link in the description to find out more. There are a lot of spells in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I mean, a lot. But which one is the strongest? Which one is the best? I mean the penultimate, uncontested, best spell in the entire system. Well, that's a tough question to answer. Is the best spell the one that deals the most damage, inflicts the most conditions, hits the most targets? The answer is yes to all of that. Now obviously, depending on your situation, the best spell is constantly changing. Falling off a cliff? Featherfall is the best spell in the game. 20 enemies tucked into the same 20-foot square? Fireball is the best spell in the game. But I'm gonna look at the big picture. The single spell that proves the most effective and the most impactful given almost any situation. Not that one. Well, this spell needs to have a lot going for it, and boy does it have a lot going for it. This is a spell that can remove up to 10 creatures from an encounter. This is a spell that can turn a boss fight into a mercy killing. If this spell is used correctly, it can allow a group of characters to easily defeat an enemy 3 or 4 levels higher of them without breaking a sweat. Well, what spell could possibly have this kind of power, and what level do you need to be to get access to it? Level 9? Level 15? 19? Even higher? No. You can get it at level 5, because it is a 3rd level spell. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Slow spell. Slow is a classic. Contrasting the haste spell, in older editions like D&D 3.5, it would reduce movement speed and force the target to take a move action or an attack action, not both. In 5th edition D&D, it inflicts some heavy penalties to armor class and dexterity, along with removing the ability to multi-attack. But in Pathfinder 2nd edition? Oh, in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Let's look at this step by step. Everything is pretty standard in the details. 30-foot range, 2 actions, somatic and verbal components. Targets 1 creature for a fortitude save with a duration of 1 minute. Wait, duration 1 minute? Not sustained. Meaning once you cast this spell, its effect just keeps itself going, even if you cast it again on another target. That's a pretty good start. And the effects are pretty simple. They make a fortitude saving throw, and if they succeed, they're slowed 1 for 1 round. That's already not bad. It's effectively a 1-action refund on the action economy you spent, and trading 2 of your actions to get rid of 1 of the bosses is usually a fantastic trade in your team's favor. With how heavy Pathfinder 2e focuses on action economy, this is absolutely a worthwhile trade. But let's look a little closer. A failed saving throw is slowed 1 for the entire minute. Let's say the fight goes on for that whole minute. Well, that means you traded a 3rd level spell slot and 2 actions to remove 10 actions from the target. That's more than 3 full turns just completely skipped for a normal fortitude save fail. Well, that's incredibly impressive, but if that's the normal failure, then what's the...
Why?
Slowed 2. For 10 rounds of combat. They miss out on 20 of their 30 actions. And if they have no ranged attacks, and the party can stay out of melee range, they can't do anything but move. Even if they're a spellcaster, they can no longer cast 2-action spells because they do not have 2 actions to spend. Well, at least I get to make a saving throw each round, right? To reduce the condition? No. There is no follow-up saving throw. If the target critically fails, they cannot remove the effect without some kind of magic to counteract it. Wow, that's a powerful spell, but Paizo thought of that. That's why they added the incapacitation trait to spells like... Wait a second. That's right, this spell does not have the incapacitation trait, meaning you can spend this 3rd level spell slot on a level 20 target, and if it critically fails its saving throw, it is slowed to for 1 minute. Dear God! At least it's just single targets! So yeah, I think I've made my case. Now, you can argue that monsters in Pathfinder 2e have notoriously high fortitude saves, and that's true. On average, an equal level monster will have around a 50% chance to succeed against your spell, and about a 50% or lower chance to normal fail. Especially on large boss monsters, a critical failed fortitude save will almost exclusively be on a natural 1, leading to only a 5% chance to basically remove the target from the fight. But still, think about that sentence. A 5% chance to remove the target from the fight, and still a roughly 50% chance to reduce their actions by 1 on a normal fail, all for the low price of a single 3rd level spell slot. And don't forget about conditions. Sickened, frightened, and drained all reduce a target's fortitude saving throw, so if the opportunity presents itself, demoralizing before casting the spell might just increase your odds if you can get away with it. I didn't really write a catchy ending, so here, take a look at all these amazing patrons. They all have access to unique homebrew released by me once or twice a month. It's really cool, and a new piece of homebrew will be dropping in the next few days, so you should go pledge. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.